Hello everyone, welcome to PAFR round 15 here for Australia, the penultimate round of season 4. And in this action-packed season already, there's going to be even more drama today, as technically Felix 1 can win the championship back-to-back. He currently has a 17-point gap advantage over his main rival, Pantera, who needs a result today higher than Felix if he wants to have a chance at winning this title. Felix only has to outscore Pantera by 1 point to win the championship today. Then it is mathematically impossible for Pantera to win. So we are going to be getting underway in just a minute. But we are racing today around Australia, as I said before, the Albert Park circuit, the home to many of the drivers here today, based in Australia. It has actually got a lot of European drivers, especially over the past couple of seasons, but definitely still Australian nonetheless. We are getting underway, thankfully, right now. We're only going to have the 18 drivers unless 2 join mid-quali. And that is going to be the scenario today. Pantera needs a result over his rival Felix if he wants to stay in this title fight down to the wire in Jeddah. Only 34 points up of points available for the rest of the season. So it is still, I guess, possible. It is possible for Pantera to level it today. It's probably not going to happen because he needs to win fastest lap and pole over Felix, where Felix can't score. It is between only Pantera and Felix though. And then in the constructors, with 34 points available, max for one driver, and the second driver gonna only be picking up about, I think it's 12 after that. I'm gonna have a quick check here. It'd be about 46 points available in the constructors. Yeah, 46 points available in the no, that's not right. 34. Yeah, 34 and then 46 and then 58. So 58 points available still in the constructors. Aston Martin looking likely to take that one away with a strong result here from Dylan and Felix. Dylan, he's got the pace, but he hasn't got the racecraft typically from what we've seen the two races he's done. If he can pull something out of the bag today, he can help Aston Martin bring home the title and have a double championship for the boys in green here in Division 1. We've got a car going out. I believe that's going to be Charlie. It's always Charlie. If it's Dark Inferno, I'd be very surprised. It is Charlie on the mediums, as he usually is. We do love to see it. Now, going to get the tyre up. Now, Charlie going around Albert Park. It's a very tight circuit. We have just raced there recently on a different track and different resurfaced track for the 2022 season, which we'll be getting hopefully in the next edition of this Formula 1 game. But for tonight, it is going to be the old iteration of the track. Very tight, very narrow, very hard curbs, where if you even slightly touch them, it can send your car well off course and either into the wall or into the gravel, especially up here at turn 10, no, turn 9 and turn 10, yeah. If you get a bit on that inside curb, it throws you out wide, and then you can easily get loose on that outside curb, go into the gravel, lose the back end. Now here's the other tricky corner. I believe this is 12 and 13. Very easy to run wide, run the curb, run over the curb, going too narrow. It's very easy to mess up that 12-13 corners. That 12-13 corner, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Sequence, that's the word. So gonna see a lot of drivers going off today, and considering we get safety cars in abundance at very wide tracks, I'd imagine it's going to be the exact same here today. But we have Charlie going for his lap now on the medium compound tyre, very beautifully done through that turn 1 and 2, cut the curb at just the right amount without invalidating. Now into turn 3, taking it in second gear, very easy to lock. Oh no, not lock. Lose the rear end with traction, but he doesn't on those mediums. Now coming into the second sector, 27.2 through the first, through turn 8 now, coming down to turn 9, heavy braking zone, maybe a bit of opportunity to overtake through there, possibly. Maybe not in real life, but definitely in the games we can get people close enough. Pantera has retired on the exit of turn 2, so that is that. He is not going to be able to level the championship today, no matter what, already, and that's going to give him even more of a disadvantage going into the next race weekend. That is such a shame from our Haas man. But in the meantime, Charlie coming around the final corner, it's looking like a great lap so far. It's going to be a 22.6 on the mediums, beautifully done, great time in the back there. We've got Vit now, P3. Felix goes top of the timesheet with a 120.9. Oh, that's Atom Kev on the inside there of turn 2, the exit. 120.9 on those soft tyres, and Vit on his lap goes well deep into turn 3. That's going to be pretty much the end of his lap. Standing crib, he went for a lap. He currently he had to abort it, or he had an invalidation. That's more likely. A little bit of back end there, niggle from the end. He's gone faster than Charlie though in the first sector on the medium compound tyres. Dylan goes 2/10 quicker than Charlie there. Both on the same in December slops behind both of them. Jack Jackson making his return. I haven't seen him in quite a while. 23.3 for him. And Streets Isaac goes just behind that in the second Ferrari with 23.6. Standing Crib coming through the middle sector. It's a 49.3, I believe. Oh, riding the limit of that Williams car. That is what we love to see here in PAFR. Now through the final couple of corners, the second last corner now, final heavy braking zone. Slight lift off through the final corner, and it's looking like a very promising lap. The rear tyres are going to be absolutely dead going through that the final corner. Now up to the line, it's going to be a 22.3, and he does go fastest of all medium runners. That's a very good lap from Standing Crib. Now looking down the order, we've got Hervina coming up to the line. It's going to be a 22.5. That's for P5 for him. Then Whale on the mediums. He's currently invalidated, so might run on board with him still because he's going to go for another one, I'd presume. If not, I'll just jump on board with someone else. I'll find someone. So on the lap, Dylan actually goes faster than Standing Crib there. 22.2 improved by 2/10 on his previous old time. That's not what Whale would have wanted to be. He's going to come into the pit sense. We're going to have a look. Dark Inferno, I'd assume, is going to be on a lap after putting in a 31.1 for his banker. He's going to want to improve on that on his first run anyway. Didn't look like he used any RS on the last lap. He's gone 4.5 seconds quicker in the first sector, so that confirms he is going for another lap now. Through turn 8, coming down to turn 9, he's taking a much more narrow approach than what I've seen other drivers. Now through turn 9 and 10 on exit, Dylan on the inside there, luckily not getting in the way. Through turn 11 now, preparing yourself for turn 12 and turn 13, very hard corners to get right. And he takes it beautifully, Dark Inferno does, in that bright orange, I should say papaya McLaren. That was beautifully done through turn 12 and 13. That's how it should be done. 6th gear, right over that first curve, make sure not to spin. Now through the penultimate corner, 2nd gear, he chooses short shifts to 3rd, short shifts to 4th. Oh, almost losing the back end through the final corner, trying to get that power down, but it's going to look like a great lap from Dark Inferno. It's going to be a 21.7. That's P3 for him. And we've got no one challenging Felix 1, the closest person. 8/10 behind of Nux. Freestyler, he's on a lap, just coming up to the line. No, he's just starting his lap. Or is he disconnected? Not disconnected. His internet's not looking good right now, and he's on a 2:minute 28 lap, apparently. So that's not great. Let's hope that sorts itself out. Big boy coming up to the line now. He's on his first lap. It's going to be a 22.1. Puts in P4. Maybe not exactly a competitive time, but these times will just get faster and faster as the session progresses, and even Felix is there. Currently, so the one retirement, that was that Whale getting in the way a little bit of Vertex there. I don't know if it directly impeded him, but it definitely blocked his sight coming out of that fast right-hander. Now into turn 9 and through turn 10. Right up to the wall in that Red Bull Vertex Spectre. He's not done too well this season. He's been there, he's got results here and there, luckily not to invalidate through turn 13. He's got results here and there. He hasn't exactly been at the best that I've seen him personally, rating him in my experience. He's definitely a quick driver, Vertex is, but he hasn't got the results this season. That's Freestyler disconnecting, so that just proves his internet difficulties right now. Up to the line, it's going to be a 22.6 from Vertex Spectre. Good enough for just above Charlie, who's on his soft lap now. His fastest lap currently set on those medium tyres. Semba, the only one to be setting a lap on the mediums. So he's not setting a lap, is he? He's just in the pits. 3 laps on those mediums. He's going to want to set a faster time than that. Purple through the first sector, sorry, for Charlie. His teammate also doing well in P3 there, so is Charlie going to do something else for this McLaren team. They're currently fighting for P3 in the standings. Primetime Raz not there tonight to help assist Charlie, but it's going to be Dark Inferno who seems to be doing well. Just on the limit there is Charlie. He's going to continue on his lap. He lost a huge chunk of time and he's going to abort that lap and go for another one. That was very close to being a great lap from Charlie. But he's going to go again. But we're going to run on board with someone else. I'm going to look who's coming up to the line now. Actually, Charlie's going to come into the pits. Instead, I'll go for another one. Is that Whale? Yes, it is Whale. So Whale, he's about to start, no, finishes lap, sorry, on that soft compound tyre. Freestyler rejoins the session. Let's hope his internet has been fixed. Up to the line, Whale. It's a P4 with a 22-1, only 3 drivers getting past that 22-0 mark. And Felix here now getting past the 21-0 mark. So, very good from Felix there. Nux has closed that gap exponentially. But still got 4 tenths to Felix. Well, 4 tenths and 3 milliseconds. So, he's going to want to go again. Nux is, and I'm pretty sure Felix will as well, wanting to improve that time, making sure he is safe at the top, because that 20.9 was on a banker lap. So unless he's going to save 2 sets of tyres for the race, which is entirely possible, all just up against the wall there, and I'd be surprised if he doesn't have damage. He brushes it again, and Whale's gone to sleep. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Felix doesn't come out and protect that lead, but then I also understand it if he doesn't. So, up to him. Whale says he had wing damage. Makes sense, makes sense. And it actually looked like he picked up some more there, so are you prone to that, I would say. Magnum Gallardo, his teammate though. Number 2 in the Alfa Romeo, we've seen him a lot this season. He's been doing really well, he's got some serious behind him, does Magnum. And he's currently on an in-lap, I would say. He's got the Ferrari behind him. Gonna hope it's Jack Jackson. It is Jack Jackson. His teammate just coming up to the line, so I'm actually gonna switch on board with him. Is he on a lap? It looks like it. It's gone 4th gear through there, and he does peel into the pit, so my bad. But we're gonna switch back to his teammate, Jack Jackson, through turn 15, I believe that is. Now through turn 16. No, 17. And now 18. I missed the corner there. 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now down to the line. It's going to be a 22-2 from Jack Jackson. That puts him inside the top 10. 2 drivers still yet to have their lap. And one of them is out. That is Pantera. Both Hasses gets their lap time. One of them physically can't. The other having internet issues. So we're going to have a look. Is Havina on a lap right now? No, he isn't. Is anyone on a lap? Dylan is, maybe. He's doing his lap now. I'm going to run on board with him. Through turn 1, turn 2. Very clean. Very clean indeed from the Aston Martin. Nowhere near his teammate though. Over a second behind. Now through turn 3. He's got a Whale behind him, I believe. Is that Whale? Yeah, I think it is. Through now the end of the first sector, 26.6, he's 4 tenths up on his time. That's going to put him around Havina, and that's just the first sector alone. So now through turn 9 and 10, he's coming up to one of the very many chicanes on this Albert Park Street circuit. Tight line through turn 11, preparing yourself for turn 12. Doesn't take enough curve there, and he cuts the inside, but makes it work. Felix is going to come out for a second lap, and I'm going to say that's his final lap he would do in this session. He's not going to have time to come and put on another set, and if he does, I don't even think he would. Charlie goes P2 with a 121.2, 1 tenth higher than Nux. Now Dylan coming around the final corner. What's going to be improved? What improvement is there going to be? He was looking around Havina's time, and he goes P2. It's an Aston Martin 1-2. Beautiful lap there by the NLR boys in the green Aston Martin. That is the boys in green. Charlie, is he gone for another one? No, he's not. He's half a tenth down. I mean, half a second down. Dark Inferno, though, he is on the lap. What's he going to do? Is he going to make it a... No, he can't. I was going to say making a McLaren second row. He can't. Whale, is he on a lap? He's invalidated, so no. So we haven't exactly got anyone on a lap right now. Where's Felix? He's going to be the next one. So we're going to stay on board with Felix. I'm actually going to let you guys watch a lap with him, hopefully uninterrupted. And we're going to listen to his beautiful car and his engine control with nothing else. So let's go. A lap on board with Felix. And the curse continues. Purple first sector. I should stop doing this. Every time I ride on board with someone to listen to a lap, they mess up. And that's Dark Inferno splitting the Aston Martins, going ahead of his teammate and ahead of Dylan. I'm sorry, Felix, though. I brought the curse on you. Maybe one time, maybe Jeddah, another street circuit, we can see someone push and not make a mistake as I'm riding on board with them. He's probably watching Got the Pressure too. Yeah, I'd love to think that. He's probably not. Nux, is he on a lap? He is on a lap. Through turn 12. Through turn 13. And he's cut the... Oh, he's on the exit. Is he... Oh, what a save from Nux there. The homeboy in the Alpine. He's, I believe, I don't know if Dark Inferno is from Australia. If not, Nux is the highest Australian right now at his home Grand Prix. But yeah, that's going to be the end of his lap, and I believe the end of qualifying for him. Those sides are going to be absolutely dead, unless he wants to go again. Doesn't seem like he will. But here's Semba, 122.5. That was set on the medium compound tyre. Vic goes P11 there. Dylan has retired on the exit of turn 2. Oh, round he goes, Jolyon Palmer style. Semba, and that is going to be the end of his qualifying. He's going to try go into the pits there. I'll let him get away with it. He's already P13. He's way down there. Freestyle's not going to get lap time, so it's going to be a back row start for both Haas drivers. Aston Kev getting very wayward. He hasn't set a lap yet. He was looking so strong at the start of the season, Aston Kev. He's another one. Both Red Bull boys have strong pace. You haven't utilised it. Through turn 13, the back end goes. That's surely going to ruin his lap. He's not going to be competitive whatsoever. And I believe that is going to be the end of qualifying. Got a couple of people just finishing their laps. Did Whale make it? I think Whale just made it to the line. It says he's on the lap, so I'm going to say he's on the lap. He's going to be the last one. Here we go. Atom Kev up to the line. It's only P15. A 23.0. That is not a good lap time whatsoever. Here's Vit. He backs off. Jack Jackson, what's he going to do? No, he's not next across the line. Who is? Is it Vit? It's Vit. He's in the pit, though. Who's then next? Is it Nux? Nux is invalidated. So it is Jack Jackson, after all. I was right. Here we go. Jack Jackson coming through turn 14 there. Now in... No, turn 15. Now into turn 16. Through turn 17, Jack Jackson is... What's this up going to be? He's currently P10. So he does have that top 10 secured no matter what. But he's going to want to improve on that. But just by how much? It's a 21.8. He goes P8. Whale then. He's going to be the last one to cross the line. Charlie on the lap. Is he going to be able to disrupt that top 3? I'm actually going to switch on board with him. Charlie, up to the line. He's invalidating, actually. So, Will, we are with you for the end here. You're 4 tenths down, pretty much, through the middle sector. What are you going to be up to the line? It's going to be a 22-0, and you get P9. Good job, mate. That is the end of qualifying for the penultimate round here in Australia. Felix has advantage in his court. I believe that's the term. I don't know tennis too much. Dark Inferno is P2 and UK, so it is going to be Nux, the highest Australian. Dylan, another one from the UK, and Charlie makes it a 2-4, 3 in a row. UK. Nux P5, Hervina P6, Standing Crib P7, beautifully done from the Williams. He hasn't exactly made an appearance too many, I believe, this season. He's done well in those that he has. Jack Jackson on his return P8, Whale P9, Big Boy P10, Vit just outside the top 10 there, same as Magnum, Sember, Vertex, Atom Kev, Isaac, Freestyler, and Pantera, who crashed on his first lap. That is your grid for for the race here in round 15. Felix won, 18 points gap to Pantera. Pantera does have the advantage of free choice of tyre and fresh tyre, might I add. So he can do what he wants with strategy. Felix is stuck with the softs, which I believe most people would start on anyway, considering the likelihood of an early safety car and an early pit stop out the way. But people would go for that because you get track position, and track position is very vital, very crucial around here. So that is what we're gonna. Pantera is going to struggle with, I would say. Trying to get past everyone. Going to be very hard to overtake. He's going to have to be patient, otherwise he's going to make a lot of mistakes, and I don't think time is what he has. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe he can come from the back and put an absolute show for all of us watching. And maybe all of you racing, you never know. You like to see someone go through the field, preferably you, speaking as a driver. But it's great to see someone go from the back to the front. In underdog story, which he definitely is right now after starting off the season fantastically. We've got the ready up signal, so we are going in 30 seconds for this formation lap. So yeah, after starting the season really well, getting the first 3 wins in a row, we thought he would run away with this championship. Felix clawed his way back and is now leading the championship by 18 points. That is a Grand Slam weekend higher than Pantera, because you do get a point for pole position here in this league. So 17 points is the max. Could you get 15 for P1? You get 1 for the fastest lap, and then you get 1 for pole. So here we go for the formation lap. Felix leads us away for yet another time. I believe he's now led us away about 3 or 4 times in a row now. It's been a while since he hasn't been on pole. Oh, and that is Dark Inferno going straight into the wall. He's lucky there is no damage on this formation lap, otherwise he would have been out before the race has even started. Yeah, that was a show of how worn those tyres probably are, or how hot. No, I'd say cold. How cold they are. Cold or hot, either one. Those were spinning. Then you have Dylan behind, then Charlie. So it's an all McLaren and Aston Martin top 4. Nux P5, Havina P6, Standing Crib P7, Jack Jackson P8, Well P9, P10 and 11 goes to the Mercedes boys. Magnum Gallardo P12, Semba is P13, 14th and 15th is Atom Kev. Streets Isaac goes P16, and the Haas boys at the back. Freestyle still having those internet issues, it looks like. Hopefully that doesn't impede on the race. And there he is, the chasing man in this title. He's got nothing to lose today. He needs an amazing result if he wants any chance in Jeddah. He needs to He needs to win the race and get fast stuff, and Felix can't score a single point in the race if he wants to have any chance, I would say. Felix has been so consistent through the season. He's had a couple of hiccups, especially that one in Austria where he would have already had the title wrapped up by now. Pantera wasn't there and he was leading the entire way, and he DNF'd. He retired with 3 laps to go, I believe it was. Very unfortunate from him, but he did make the mistake himself, and he is going to be paying the price for it if he loses this championship somehow. Here we go. Got drivers lining up on the grid now. The last one, Pantera. Can't wait for next year's game. Or I should say next year's game. It's going to be in July when you get to do it yourself. But that's besides the point. Here we are. Can I get a better camera angle? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are racing in Australia after a very long hold. It looks like a great start from Nux behind. He's already up into P4. A great start from our leader, Felix. One Dark Inferno goes to cover off Nux beside him, who's already up into P3 and ahead of the Aston Martin and McLaren of Charlie. Standing crib up to P4 from P7, P6 and P7. Looking very strong off the start. There's already a bit of an instant behind between Hervina and Jack Jackson. Pantera all the way up into P14 already. That's 4 positions for him. Felix already got a massive lead to Dark Inferno behind. We've got position changes towards the back. That's Freestyler. He has spun. Is he out of this race? He's not, but he's having struggles getting that car round the right way. A second gap for Felix to Dark Inferno already in the second place. McLaren, Nux P3 up to the great start. So with Standing Crib, who's just followed him through. Dylan P5 well up to P6. Charlie's gone all the way back down to P7 after starting P4. He might have an opportunity at well here. He goes wide off course through turn 12 and 13. That's him up into P6. He's now got Dylan ahead. What a start that was from Felix. He's taken the lead, and by a sizable margin there. Pantera up into P13 now. He's doing really well. Up 5 positions now. That is an obvious into the voice. That's Dylan, and he is into the wall. That is his front wing gone. He's still in the race, and well has to pit. He's got front wing damage. So Charlie up into P5. Everyone else up position as well. Felix fast up the Grand Prix as per usual. He's got 1.8 seconds to Dark Inferno behind. He's running away with this already, and it's only the start of lap 2. Standing crib behind, battling with Nux. Gets the job done. Is into that podium position. 1.1 seconds to Dark Inferno in front. He needs to close down. DRS not enabled yet. Still within the first 3 laps. We're not going to get it until about on the exit of turn 13. Next lap. That's when we're going to get it. Well, just comes out the pit there. P18 for the Alfa Romeo. The thing is, Dylan's going around this lap without a front wing, so he is going to struggle even more. He's probably going to drop all the way to the back. I wouldn't be surprised if he chooses to retire. But here we go. Standing crib within a second of Dark Inferno. He needs to close that gap to get ERS. He's using a bunch of ERS to do so. I'm just going to get all this up here. They're both got quite a bit of ERS to use. So Dark Inferno going to be pushing to keep that gap as the race is going to just start settling down. We've got Charlie on the back of Nux. I want this race to settle down a little bit, but I also love the chaos. I think chaos is going to continue. A 24-7 for Felix is absolutely flying away with this race. 2 seconds is the gap to Dark Inferno at the end of the second lap. DRS enabled. We're not going to get it through the next 2 straights. And is that Standing Crib in the wall? Standing Crib isn't the wall. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have damage there. Dark Inferno has a penalty, 3 seconds already for multiple warnings. He goes a bit wide to Standing Crib, almost runs straight into Charlie. Knocks onto the podium now. P3, Standing Crib down to P5. I think he's got damage. He's gone very slowly in that Williams. So here we are. Charlie on Knox. He's going to get the DRS very soon. And he's going to hope, I think he's going to utilise it to get past and chase down his teammate in that McLaren. Well, both McLarens they are, but the second one, just born behind, is going to be the one chasing the one in front. Nux now under pressure from Charlie, as he has been all lap, but now the added pressure of DRS, that's going to be a warning, I think. I mean, I don't know anymore. Using ERS and DRS to the inside. Charlie, is he going to make the move before the corner? Slightly side by side, but he gets it done fairly easy. That is him up into the podium spots. 2-3 for McLaren. Job done. I mean, I say job done. Nux is right behind him. He's got 2 DRS straights to try get past now through the first one. What's it going to be for the Alpine? He's going to try. He's using a lot of ERS to try keep up, but he's not going to try past. Looks to the inside, realizes there's nothing around there, and he gets a bit wide through turn 3, and that's going to be it for that battle, even though he has DRS. Big boy up into P5, Semba behind him, looking to make a move. That is someone making a move. That's Pantera, already up into P7, going around the outside of Vertex Spectre on the mediums. That's going to be a safety car. Yes, it is. I just realised we do have an incident between Vit and Jack Jackson. It's going to be on the outside here. Ooh. I think that's going to be what happened, similar to Alonso and Esteban Gutierrez back in 2016. The only thing is, these cars don't flip with the mechanics. Oh, they can, but it's going to be very hard to recreate a crash like Alonso's. So I think that's what's happened there. But yeah, can we talk about that start from Felix though? Opening laps, only 3 and a bit done, and he's had a 5-second gap to Dark Inferno behind. That's going to close shortly, but also someone else, Pantera, from P18 on the grid, after 3 and a bit laps, up to P7. That's 11 spots gained, and I know a lot of them were incidents, 5 of them to be exact, I think. I mean, I'm going to have a look now. But yeah. So he's up 11 positions. Who has made a stop? 3 people have made a stop, and a couple of them have spun. That's insane. A lot of people coming into the pit, so that's Dark Inferno. Nux, who gets ahead of Charlie again because of the double stack, I would assume. Big boy P9. Mangalada goes into the softs. I'm going to see what everyone's on now with the tyres. Couple people on hards, that's Dark Inferno and Nux. They're looking to go to the ends. Most people on mediums and people on softs are Pantera and Felix. Pantera now for P3. Yet to make that stop though. Dark Inferno probably going to take over the lead as these guys come into the pits. Then the people that have elected to go into softs, Madden Gallardo and Whale, both Alfa Romeos. So that is the situation currently. I'm glad the race has settled down. My voice is already starting to go. Felix holds the lead. So Felix holds the lead. Semba P2 after not stopping. He's the front runner for those mediums, those older mediums. Pantera behind, and this is what he would have wanted. He needed to be right behind Felix. He needed to match what he was doing, because that's all he needs to do. He needs to beat Felix and score points, to be fair. He doesn't need to score points, so maybe he could have gone into the pits, but he's playing it safe, so you can't blame him. He's just trying to fuel burn, I believe, now. Vertex Spectre and Atom Kev both haven't stopped. They were at the back anyway, so yeah, very loud on board with a lot of these guys, revving their engines, trying to burn the fuel, making sure that car is as light as possible, also being able to get to the end. Here's Nux. He's doing well. He's currently provisionally P2, I would say, because Dark Inferno and Nux, as long as the gap stays low enough. Oh, and I forgot to mute people. My bad. I'm going to quickly do that now. So yeah, as long as Nux and Dark Inferno keep their gap low to the man in front, they should be taking over the lead of this race, or at least Dark Inferno should. But Nux, actually, right now provisionally P1 because of that penalty. I'm not going to say it though. Dark Inferno is provisional P1. You should never know. Other people are going to get penalties. It's all a mess. It's easier to do that at the end of the race. Oh, almost going into the back of Asim Kev there. That was Dark Inferno. Here's Charlie, P8. P9 is Big Boy. He's done well. I'm pretty sure he started after being provisionally, right now provisionally P4. He started P10. So, great job from Big Boy there. Standing crib after getting really wide through that opening couple of laps. Safety car in this lap, that's great to hear. But he had I'm going to say a shocking start. I mean, no, he got off the line pretty well. Then he made a mistake and went down the field. But he's currently provisionally P5. Man and Gallardo behind. He's on the softs. He's not going to go long on that stint. Maybe 10 laps maximum. Isaac then Havina, Freestyler, Dylan and Whale at the back. 2 DNFs, that's Vitt and Jack Jackson after a crash they had together. Down into turn 3. When is Felix going to go? I wouldn't imagine it's right now. I'm going to imagine it's sometime after the final corner. And you're ignoring yellow flags for Isaac there. That is not what you want to see. He has passed the winner there. I'd imagine... Oh, he's gotten very early. A lot earlier than what I would have thought. But he's caught out Semba. Semba, who's on the mediums, probably didn't get enough traction. And he's already going through. Now, green flags. People are allowed to overtake. Is that Charlie trying to go to move on Knox? He got the move just before the safety car. He lost it. And now he's going to go back again. Knox has the hards. He's not going to have the grip. Around the outside is Charlie going to go. And he does. Knox backs out. Very smartly done from, I would say, Knox. He didn't have the pace. And that's Dylan around again. At the back. He's not got good racecraft. He's got pace. He hasn't got good racecraft, I would say. Does Dylan. Yeah. Here we are. The 2 McLarens. 1-2 provisionally. Which, if you don't know what provisionally means, it basically, if everyone would make their mandatory stop, where would they be? And they'd be P1 and P2 position. 1 and 2. Felix is currently first, but he hasn't made a pit stop yet, so he's going to drop down about 22 seconds, and he'll be behind these guys. So these guys, they're not in the lead of the race, but they will eventually, pretty much is what I'm saying when I say provisionally. But yeah, there's my little definition. Dark Inferno putting the pressure onto Asim Kev, who's on older mediums. Probably going to be the same pace as these new hards. A 24.5 showing the still pace in those softs on the Aston Martin of Felix 1. Going to stay on board with Dark Inferno though. I believe this move is going to be coming in the next couple of corners. He's not going to put the pressure on through the straights. Maybe through the middle sector though. It's a bit wide, misses the apex, and that's Whale in the pits to retire. Not a great race from him. Another one of those that can be consistently on the podium. He's always up there, but he's not able to capitalise today, and that's a mistake from Dark Inferno. That means Charlie's going to take over from his teammate in that P6 position. That is very clumsy mistake from Dark Inferno, getting too early on the power on the curb, losing the rear end, and that is him round and going to lose the position to to Standing Crib and Nux, who has I believe going to be, I don't know what happened there, but Nux has lost position to now 3 people. A lot's going on through this middle pack, and I don't know why. 3 seconds to Dylan. At the back though, that's not going to really affect him too much. He's 7.1 behind Freestyler. So yeah, Charlie, is he now going to put on the pressure to Asim Kev? DRS enabled. Asim Kev ahead, P5, older mediums though. To the inside of turn 1, Charlie does not go for it. He's going to probably go for it. Down into turn 3, oof. I thought that car was going round. He goes to the inside. How late does he brake? He sticks his nose up there. He doesn't get left room, but he keeps it on circuit miraculously. That is beautiful car control from Charlie. Bit of a clumsy move. but did good to rectify his mistake. Is he now going to have an opportunity going into turn 9? Through turn 8 now. Didn't get the best of exits. He's not using ERS to try pass. And he's not going to get past his current championship rival of Kev for that P3 spot. Even though I'd say Charlie comfortably has it. Now to turn, and there's a yellow flag behind. That is Isaac. It's not a DNF. Oh, very close on the limits there is Charlie. Over the curb and almost losing the rear end. Also probably getting a warning in the meantime. 1.7 is the gap between Semba and Felix, but here's Charlie making a move up the inside of Kev. Fighting back is the Red Bull, going to force him wide through turn 18. DRS, they both have. Charlie gets the move done, but Standing Crib's going to fancy a piece of this. He's going to be boxed in a little bit. He's trying to get a bit of room from outside of Charlie. He doesn't get it. He has to keep P7 for now. He's going to get a second opportunity. Run the outside at turn 3. Late on the brakes. A little wheel touch there, and that's going to be Standing Crib going deep and probably losing a couple of positions in the process. Almost losing it to Dark Inferno there. Only to Gallardo. Though. Knocks at the back. He's not having a great time of things. Isaac, he's just DNF'd in the pits there. 3-second penalty for Freestyler. I wonder what's happened to Knox. He was fighting this battle and then he maybe had a bit of front wing damage. Who knows? But there we go. Pantera has gotten past Sembe and is now chasing down Felix. It looks like he's got the pace. He's closing in on the straights, maybe not through the corners. Higher downforce maybe for Felix. Now through turn, I'm going to say 16. You're going to guess it right, 16. And that is Felix coming into the pits. He's going to try to get the undercut on Pantera. But is he going to come out in this traffic? A 24.459. That is very close to the old fast up Grand Prix. But there's Charlie going for the move up the inside. Easy as you like. Textbook stuff from Charlie. And he's now chasing down Semba. 8 seconds is the gap to Pantera. Yeah, and oh, that's Kevin. He just got spun round, and so did Dark Inferno. No, Kev lost a couple of positions. Then 3 seconds to Pantera. He's been prone to those this season, and it's proven once again. He's gotten another time penalty for track extensions. Felix doesn't know it yet, but he has just been put in a more comfortable situation. Pantera. I'm going to see what it was. A 5.66 and a 4.59. I thought it was closer than that, but that is the gap between fastest laps. Charlie, 6.5 to the lead. He's closing in on those mediums. He's happening pretty quick. In clean air, is he going to now set the fast lap of the Grand Prix? Wouldn't be surprised if he does so. Dark Inferno, 3-second time penalty. Does Pantera come into the pits? He does. So does Semba. No, Semba doesn't. Sorry, it looked like they were following each other. Semba stays out on those mediums. Pantera reacts to what I would say Felix is doing. Now we're going to have to see where they come out. Charlie comes out P2 ahead of pretty much everyone. And there's a safety car for Dark Inferno. Pantera and Felix very close there, but Felix... Oh, that is tough luck from Pantera. He probably would have gotten Felix, it looked like, on the brakes, but the safety car was in his way. So he now has to settle behind Felix. He is directly behind Felix though. And he's going to have a beautiful opportunity on this restart to get ahead. He almost used the back end through turn 3. Semba, this is going to be a great chance for him to pit, not lose many positions. And he's going to actually be ahead of Felix and Pantera in this one. Both championship leaders not doing well with strategy calls, or not strategy calls, just unlucky. Not waiting out, especially Pantera. Safety car coming out as he was pitting. So he didn't lose as much time, but he did lose He didn't gain too much time either from hitting at that point. If he just waited another lap, would have come out ahead of Felix, as we're going to see come true by Semba. He's going to come in. I wonder what tyre he's going to fit on. He's got the mediums. He's going to pit on lap 12. Charlie's going to pick up this lead. A 5-second penalty for Semba. Speaking in the pit lane, it did look like it was going to happen. What tyre is he going to go on to? He's going to go onto the hards. So he's going to the end. And I say Charlie was going to take the lead. He doesn't, because Standing Crib goes on. And Charlie comes into the pits. So Felix is going to go all the way up to P5, right behind Semba. And Pantera all the way up to P6. And Charlie, he's now on fresh mediums. He's now going to be chasing down. He's done a lap on those mediums, I think, from qualifying. But he's going to be chasing down Pantera and Felix right behind them. This is going to be a very, very interesting race. We're almost halfway through. And currently, as it would be, Felix has got the title. Pantera needs 2 points over Felix if he wants the title now. Or he still wants to have a chance at the title. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it looks like he has space. He's got the fast up to Grand Prix. But is he going to be able to get ahead of that Aston Martin and maintain a gap? If he wins, no matter what, the title fight goes to the next race. If Felix wins, that's it. Title done. Now them score points. That's it. Title done. Pantera needs one more point than Felix to stay in this one now. Safety car maybe coming in. Could be coming in. Is that Alpine going to get in close enough? We'll see. No. Almost, but not close enough. So we're going to go for one more lap. Standing Crib leading the race. First time I think he's done so this season. So he's going to be absolutely loving it out in P1. Havina right behind. He's been there before. P2. Freestyler P3 after not having a great start to the race. Pitting for the hards. And he's currently P3. And that is on paper. He will, if he doesn't stop to the end, he'll be P3 as long as no one overtakes him, obviously, because he doesn't have to make another stop. Semba on the hards as well. He's right behind Freestyler. Felix, he's on the mediums though. So is Pantera. So is Charlie. So is Gallardo. He changed from the soft, so very good job from Gallardo there. And Kev on the softs though. Big boy P10. Dylan somehow on the verge of points. Nux P12 and Vertex Spectre just coming up to the back. He's just pit for mediums. So we are going to get away at the end of this lap. And sorry. We'll see what other dramas occur before the end of the race. Only halfway through about now. So how long have we been racing for? Just about 40 minutes? No, just about 30 minutes? Almost. Something like that. 20-30 minutes, somewhere in between there. Second safety car, and I'd expect another one before the end of the race. But here we go, Standing Crib. When's he gonna go in that Williams? He's got control of the pace. He's got control of when that pace speeds up. Probably not slows down. You have to keep maintain a constant pace. But yeah, when's he gonna pull the trigger? When's he gonna go? No, not yet. He's just warming up those rear tyres. He's gonna go at the exit of turn 17. No, he doesn't. So he's going to hold them up even longer here. It's going to be the exit of turn 18, or is he going to go for 5? It is at the exit of turn 18. Here he goes. He doesn't catch out anyone, though. I'd have maintained weaving a little bit, but he goes the predictable time, and it works for him. He maintains the lead. A lot of people at the back there weaving to gain temperatures into tyre, and that is Felix 1 losing position to Pantera, and then losing it to Charlie. So he's got a bit of work to do already if he wants to win this championship today. He's going to be trying to make a move around the outside of Charlie. He can't make it do so. Pantera up the road. He's just made a move on Semba instead. So there's now 2 gaps in between our 2 championship rivals, or 2 championship antagonists, I should say. They are always rivals no matter where they are, but they are antagonists in this championship. And freestyler, let's go Pantera. So even more cars for Felix to deal with. Pantera up the road in P3. He's got the 3-second penalty. Freestyler now has control over what happens with Felix. He can hold him up if he wants to. He's got 2 cars ahead of him also trying to battle, so he needs to get past pretty quickly because he's just lost a huge chunk of time there. Now, past Charlie he goes. He's friends with Charlie, so I'd imagine Charlie isn't going to be putting up too much of a fight. He's pretty much got P3 secured, so he doesn't need to fight, and he's friends with Felix, so there's someone on Felix's side. Here's Semba. I don't know who he'd be on. I think he's just neutral. He's racing for the fun of it right now. But then, freestyler, he's the main challenge right now because he's the teammate of Pantera. Freestyler's going to be blocking Felix, hopefully within the rules. But here we go. Semba trying to make a move on freestyler. Has a look up the inside. Can't make anything of it. Almost 3 seconds the gap between Felix and Pantera. Pantera making a move on Havina up the road as Semba is trying to make a move on freestyler. Just a wall of cars Felix sees. He's going to be making a move around the outside of freestyler. Oh, that was very close. And freestyler, they're going to go 3 wide. Felix, I've just seen what I would think is the move of the season. I'm putting it down to, from what I've seen, that is a move of the season. What a move. What brain, what racing smarts, what racing IQ that takes from Felix. That's absolutely sensational. A lot of you don't understand what probably just happened, but to anyone that does, you'd agree with me. That is a beautiful move. Felix, what a racing driver he is. Even though it's on a virtual game, what a racing driver he is. Here's Avina, he's P3, and the man in front of him, Pantera, he's currently still in the fight with the championship. At least if the race were to end at the end of lap 16, he would be. Felix has a lot of work to do. He's going to need a mistake from Pantera, or he needs to stay within that 3-second gap. Nux retires in the pits. We're down now to 12 runners. That's 6 retirements, and yeah, we're getting a bit sloppy towards the end of the season here on retirements. Having constant high numbers, almost into the double digits. That is. But here's Pantera. He's chasing down the standing crib for the lead of this race. He's got 3 seconds to Felix behind, which is what he wants, which is what he needs if he wants to stay ahead. Obviously, with that time penalty, standing crib, he's the one on the way. Is DRS enabled? We'll find out in a second. Yes, it is. Pantera, it's got DRS. It goes a bit wide. Surprised he didn't pick up another penalty there, but that is him now chasing down. He's got the DRS. Won't imagine it's too long until he is ran past. Freestyle and Semba battling. Freestyler up the inside and well on the inside. Has to forfeit the position to Semba there. And he's going to lose the position to Dylan, who forced his way up the inside. I'd say that's clean. A bit of contact was made, but it was completely fair. Felix and Havina now swapping positions. Felix having enough of Havina being behind him. Now he's going to chase down Pantera. He's about to make a move. No, he's not. I thought he was about to make a move on standing crib for the lead of this race. Felix now needs to make the most of this situation of Pantera stuck behind the Williams. Charlie at 23.0. That's a beautiful lap on the softs. He's near the back, but he's got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Now into turn 9 and turn 10. 2.6 is the gap, but Pantera is going to get DRS again. Is he going to make the move on Standing Crib into the next corner? Not next corner, into turn 15. He's got DRS, he's not using ERS, he's going to close down quick enough. Doesn't look like he wants to, so almost runs to the back there, very close on the limit. 2.2, that gap just closing down with Pantera stuck behind Standing Crib. Every corner passing, that gap coming down. He's now going to have to make the move if he wants to maintain this 3-second lead to Felix. He's going to look around the outside. Standing Crib makes a late move. I'm going to just say that's for the racing line. But Pantera gets loose again. Is he going to make the move? Got the ERS. He's going to move to the inside. He's not going to be close enough. So that is now going to be another lap where Felix is able to close down. He got 1 second on the final lap. On the last lap, he's got another half second in the first couple of corners. If Felix can get within DRS of Pantera, that is going to be crucial. Another mistake from Pantera, pushing hard on these mediums. 1.1 is the gap. Is he going to get closer through turn 9, through turn 10? He needs to be within a second. He's not using, he is using ERS to push. He has got within that 1 second region. He's going to be getting DRS. Now it's game on for this front pair. That cap is going to come down. Pantera is going to be starting to panic a little bit, I would say, as he's still stuck behind that Williams after making a couple of mistakes on lap 19, which is this lap. Still trying to, he's just trying to force his way through, and you can see the car behind him. The car at the back is just losing the rear end. He does get past Standing Crib now. Will Crib hold up Felix like he has Pantera? Will Felix, he knows he has to make the move. He doesn't have the DRS, does Standing Crib, and the move is pretty easy. Now, Felix needs to stay within the DRS of Pantera. And the race is on. That Semba, all the way at the back. He had a great restart, but now he's lost quite a few positions. That is, yeah, that was very disappointing. He was on for a good result there. And Charlie just about to make a move around the outside of turn 3 there on the mini-map. Here we go, he's going to get the DRS again, is Felix. And he's going to be trying to get past. I wouldn't say on this straight. I don't even think he's going to be trying to make a pass. Unless he feels threatened that he isn't going to be able to stay within DRS, I don't think he's going to be trying to go for it. He's finally flipped the tables of Pantera. Pantera, who's got the racing smarts, they both do. But Felix, one too many times, he's been stuck out in front, draining ERS, trying to stay ahead as Pantera just sits behind in DRS, staying close, able to make a move on the final lap. And I think Felix is going to do the reverse here. Is he going to try and make a move? He's using RS, he is. So he wants track position. He wants to keep Pantera behind and make sure that 3-second gap doesn't have a chance to extend. Wheel to wheel these guys are, and he has to forfeit the position on the inside there. Beautiful racing though, keeping it clean. They still have that respect for each other. After 14 rounds, almost 15, we're into the final 9 laps. We're into the final couple laps, whatever. We're in the closing stages, closing third. That's all you need to know of round 15. A bit of a back end loss for Felix there. Doesn't lose the car so much as to go into the wall. Dylan is up to P3. He's got penalty, I think 2. But he's there. He is there. And that is a very good recovery from the Aston driver after having 2 spins currently so far. Around the outside again, is Felix going to go? He's going to try the switchback. Great exit from Pantera. Round 2 over. Pantera wins again. Next opportunity is going to be into turn 1. Maybe now as they make contact. Pantera going awfully slow through the penultimate corner. He's now got the gap. Felix though, able to stay behind, using a bit of DRS. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? I wouldn't say he would. He's going to want DRS, going to want... No, not DRS, he's going to want the slipstream down into turn 3. Here we go, DRS wide open, DRS on as well. He's going to see if he can force his way to the inside. He can't, so he has to select the outside line. Very good wheel-to-wheel racing again. Has he got the move this time? They make a bit more contact. Felix is ahead. They're still side by side. Now through the fast right hand, he's going to have to concede the position again. He's going to try and make a move into the next corner. No, he doesn't. These guys, absolutely phenomenal driving. Making sure that they leave just enough room as to not spin the other, while still having that little tyre-to-tyre banging. As to say, I'm here, I'm not willing to back out. I'm not going to let you push me over. Now into turn 12 and turn 13, he gets a bit... I think he's got damage. Looking through turn 13 there. There was a bit of a brake tear. I wouldn't say a brake tear. Yeah, he's definitely got damage. Does Felix. Even though it's not visual, he's got damage. He's going to have to come in and change that front wing. That is so heartbreaking. He's just gone straight into the back of Pantera. Pantera going a bit slower than what Felix was anticipating. I don't know if it was a brake check. I mean, he hasn't been the cleanest racer this season as Pantera. He's had a couple incidents not go his way. And that could be another one that goes into the report books, especially with a race as important as this. Standing crib fast up the Grand Prix at 22.9. Gonna look down the grid. He is onto the back of Freestyler. No DRS. But he's got a bunch of ERS to work with. He's gonna move to the outside. Brakes very late, and he's been pretty much squeezed off the track there by the Haas, but he's gonna give him the same reception back. That is Freestyle, no, Standing Crib up to P5. Pantera did get another penalty just then. Let's see how much penalties people have. Freestyle has 9 seconds, his teammate has 6, Dylan has 3, Standing Crib has 3, 6 for both Big Boy and Simba, Vertex and Atom Kev both with 3, Felix, Charlie, Havina and Magnum Gallardo, the only ones without a penalty so far. Very good clean racing from all of them. Oh, I just heard someone go into the wall. Don't know what happened there. It's Standing Crib now closing down onto Havina, who is right onto the back of Magnum Gallardo. So podium in sight for Standing Crib. Who knows? Yeah, Magnum Gallardo and Havina, both cars in front, don't have penalty, so he's going to need 3 seconds. But on softs, I think he can do that as he gets a great exit compared to those old mediums on Havina's car. Without DRS, he's made the move. Oh, he's about to make the move, but with DRS, Havina goes a bit wide. That's what he does. Now he's chasing down Magnum Gallardo for that P3 spot. What's going to happen? He's currently the man on track, going the fastest. Even without DRS, he's setting fastest laps. He's setting fastest sectors. He's making moves. Now, Magnum Gallardo in sight. 0.4 of a second is the gap into turn 9 now. Alfa Romeo head pretty much says, there you go, I'm not going to fight this. 22.8 for Sember. Magnum Gallardo, I believe he's done that to try and get DRS. But he's not going to stay close through turn 12 and turn 13. There we go. Job done for Standing Crib. He now needs that 3 seconds on Gallardo. He's got it to Havina. He now needs it on that Alfa Romeo if he wants this podium spot. Freestyle on Havina. Both. Havina not exactly going too quickly. He's now got pressure behind from Charlie, who's also on softs. Around the outside at turn 18 is going to be. He does have the grip and he does make the move. Charlie into P6, Freestyler into P9. He's going to drop behind both of them if it stays as it is. 22.3 from Felix, he's on the softs. What's he going to do? How much is he going to make up in the closing stages? Someone stick with him. That's his teammate. Is that him into the wall? Yes, it is. He's got no front wing. That's another problem for the Aston Martins. Standing crib. Going to be onto the podium now. Definitely. Freestyle at 3 second time penalty. Again. Felix up to P7. Felix can quite easily make this back onto the podium, as his teammate is going to have to pit. And the podium is only 1 second. No, not 1 second. What am I on about? About 5 seconds up the road. Charlie trying to make the move. We see up in the foreground. No, not the foreground. That's technically the background, even though it's not. Background. Charlie going for a move at the inside of freestyler. Here we go. Felix. He's now going to get some of the action. He's going to want to make these moves quickly. He doesn't want to get stuck behind as Dylan into the pits, as expected down the inside of turn 18. Job done, bit of contact, but it's fine. Freestyler trying to make his way back, got a bit of level downforce. He's going to stick his nose in there, make it awkward for Felix. He can't get it under brakes. Here we go, Felix, now on Charlie, using ERS, now using DRS, up to P4 I believe, easy as you like. Like taking candy from a baby is Felix right now on those brand new soft compound tyres. Now got 3.7 seconds, chase down Magnum Gallardo in the remaining 4 laps. How much time penalties does standing crib have? 3 seconds. I don't think he'll get in. But, yeah. Maybe, you never know. He needs to close down 7 seconds in the final couple laps on someone who's also on fresh soft compound tyres, so don't think it's going to happen. Podium though, who knows? 2.8 is the gap. Through turn 13, through turn 14. Not using much ERS, he's just using sheer grip on that soft compound tyre. He's the one that we have to watch, even though Charlie is right behind him. I don't think Charlie's going to make a move. Through turn 15, 16, sorry, and now through 17, the final braking zone of the lap, a slight lift through turn 18 as you round the final corner. Up into the line, 22.6, that's 4 tenths off his personal best, which is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. 1.1 seconds is the gap now to Magnum ahead. Don't think he's going to get standing crib, he's only getting about a second a lap, which isn't enough. Unless standing crib gets another penalty, which is possible, you never know. 3 laps to go. Here we go. Magnum Gallardo just up the road. In the background, foreground, middle ground, wherever he is in art terms, he's there. Felix 2 tenths behind, and makes it so awkward again as Magnum Gallardo is just trying to let them go and get DRS. It's made it so awkward. Luckily, no damage this time for Felix. Very disappointing. He's now got 7.2 seconds to maybe make up on standing crib. 1.1 if standing gets another penalty. Who else can we look at? Charlie, is he going to make a move on Gallardo in the coming laps? Also Dylan. Dylan, he's right on the back. Oh, big boy. Got DRS wide open. Down the inside. Easy as you like. Now back to Charlie. Down the main straight. Not using too much to try and get past Gallardo. Gallardo doesn't have DRS. Wait, does DRS? Who knows? Yes, he does. So, not going to make it this lap, maybe next lap. If he can stay within that 1 second. Lap 28 of 29 into the closing stages now. Definitely. Oh, a big lock up for Charlie there. That's going to ruin any chance he has a P4. And he gets a 3 second time penalty for corner cutting. I would say he can get that removed. That's going to affect his end result. Don't think it will. Who knows? Oh yeah, that is very unlucky. He did lose time there. He shouldn't have got the 3 second penalty. I can protest that for him anyway, even if he doesn't. Here we go. Final lap. Almost. Pantera. no one else in chance of overtaking the other. So I'm going to ride on board a lap with Pantera. A bit of a controversial one for all of you viewers that saw the incident. You know why he's out there cruising. Probably not his fault. We'll have to see it from his onboard view, but from Felix it did look a little bit like unresponsible braking there. He didn't need to brake so much. He did so, causing damage to his main rival, in which case he's going to be able to keep the lead. No, not keep the lead. He's going to be able to keep a fight in the championship. The end of Sector 1, 13.2 is the gap behind Charlie, is within that 1 second gap, so we will switch to him at some point, seeing if he get past and into P4, because he doesn't deserve that penalty. He's going to be P4 if he gets past. It's going to be P5 if he stays there. There we go, through the final couple, no, not through the final couple corners, through the first few corners of Sector 2, no, Sector 3. I'm messing up everything at the back end of this Grand Prix now. Through turn 16, and that's Sembar, no, that's Kev, out of the race. Ease of that. Here we go, through the final corner, Pantera, he's going to be back on top. There we go, Pantera wins the Australian Grand Prix, round 15. Charlie, right at the back of Gallardo, he's going to make a move down the straight, needs to get close. Through the penultimate corner, he's not going to get the exit. He's looking a bit harsh on those older soft tyres. I think Madam Gallardo is going to do enough to keep P4 here. That's P5 for Charlie. Felix P3. Sunny Crib, a great race to P2. Freestyler P6. Dylan, after so much misfortune in these races, comes home from P7. Maybe P6 after penalties from Freestyler. And Avena, he's going to come home P8, big boy P9. Vertex Spectre, he's going to get a point down in P10, and Semba finishes off with a P11. That is your final positions for round 15, the penultimate race. One to go now. It's going to come down to the final race of the season. This title fight between Pantera, between Felix. There we go, driver of the day, Pantera, last to first. I'm going to take it. I called that. I didn't call it, but I mentioned it, that he could easily come through to win the race. I'll take it. Here we go. Pantera does take the win. I'm going to see if I can get this top 3 in for an interview. As we get the final results up now. Pantera, the Polish man, back on top. Standing crib, his first podium of the season. Felix gets P3. Gallardo P4. Charlie P5. Dylan P6. Freestyler P7. P8 goes to Havina. Big Boy P9. And the only Australian to score points, Vertex Spectre. Everyone else, Semba P11, and everyone else retired. That's Adam Kev Knox, Dark Inferno, Isaac Whale, Vit, Jack Jackson. I'm going to see if I can get these guys into a party now. So just give me a moment, guys. We'll get the interviews up in a second. I'd usually be doing this as my co-commentator would be reading out, but he's as we just wait for them debrief. Very good race. Bit of controversy, and it sets up an exciting end next week in Jeddah. Pantera's in the party, so a standing crib. See if we can get Felix in. There we go. Felix. Hello, guys. How are you doing? We're gonna start off with Felix P3. How are you How you doing, mate?
Terrible, I have to be honest.
Yeah. It seemed like you had that race in your hands. You were easily closing down on Pantera. You had the pace in the DRS, and what happened? I mean, I wasn't bored, but what happened from your view?
I honestly don't want to say anything about that because I would regret whatever I say. Yeah, I don't think his driving was acceptable today, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, following the battle, it was pretty intense. And if you're not going to want to go into that, that is fine. Any other points for the rest of the weekend? You absolutely dominated qualifying, and the start of the race, you did really well. Any comments on that?
Well, I just drove a clean race early on, got away from the pack. I would have been fine without the safety cars, but that's racing. Obviously, I still could have won the race after all. But well, yeah, I'll just do my best to win it next week.
Yeah, you still have that enormous points advantage at the top going into the final race. It's over 10, and in this league with the low point scoring system, that's more than enough that you can get a P6 or something and comfortably come home with the title. So there are positives to this race, I would say, but in a whole, very disappointing from you. And yeah, that's very unfortunate. It has created a lot of tension though into the final race, so maybe a good view. Thank you for that, Felix. Next up we have Standing Crib. How are you doing? Can you hear us, Standing Crib?
Yes.
I believe this is your first podium in PAFR, if I'm correct.
For Division 1, I think my second, but I'm not sure about that.
I'm not too sure. I don't think I've had you in a party. It might have been a week I was away. How are you doing? You drove an amazing race today, P2, after
yeah,
a great start, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got an amazing start. Immediately got into P4 from P7 after I would say, dramatic qualifying. I had the pace for pole position, I think, but I valid my last lap. But yeah, just a small mistake, and there you go. I think I had pole by like 200s then, but yeah, after the first lap I thought I could just push on and get into P2 as fast as possible and then try to get Felix. But yeah, in lap 3 I crashed and got wing damage and pitted under the safety car. And yeah, the rest was the rest was for the podium.
Yeah, so obviously a great comeback. I was mentioning through the race, you did get that early damage after promising signs, and all the way through you did then pit onto softs towards the end after battling with Pantera and Felix for a little bit, and then came through the field again. So amazing racecraft, I'm going to have to say, from you, someone who hasn't made too many appearances in Div 1, at least too many that I can really account. Hoping to see you next season though. You showed some great pace today and threw a real spanner into the works for these top guys.
Thank you.
And then here we have Face Pantera, second, the underdog, I would say, into this race. How are you doing?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've heard from you. How are you feeling after that win?
I mean, terrible qualifying. I spun on the curb in turn 1 and was starting 18th or something. But my teammate was ahead of me and he just let me go from the start. There was crash, so I gained few positions on the start and just moving through the pack. Those safety cars helped me, and yeah, I'm just happy to win this race and But championship it's I think over because if Felix don't crash in Abu Dhabi, it's pure win.
The final race, by the way, is in Saudi Arabia, not Abu Dhabi.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, you last to first. That's amazing racecraft. Obviously, there was that slight incident that with Felix that maybe prevented him from getting the win because he did have the pace and you did have that penalty even if he couldn't get past. Do you have any comments on the incident?
Did you saw that?
Yeah, I was running on board with it.
Yeah, I was just braking like always, and he just broke too late and crashed to my back of the car.
Alright, obviously we're going to let that all be sorted out to the stewards. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a report in that after Felix, what Felix said. But yeah, so very good race from all three of you. And looking forward to next race in Jeddah, the season finale of Season 4. And that is that for round 15. Thank you to everyone who's joined in to the stream. And I'll see you all next week for round 16.